Good morning to you wherever you're listening to Sun FM from. Before we get started with House of Praise, a special feature to the Francis Molobeka. I'm sure you've heard this song before played, and it's always a privilege to speak to the person behind the music. One from Isem.
Wonderful.
And so Happy New Year to post.
Exactly, no, that is very true. Happy New Year to you too, my brother. Ati
Happy New Year to you. Some person see of my
munje bakali so nina chila asuka teimwe.
Mwapyambira mchibembo kumura kwa tabarande sungu eva miposha so wampopoyo kwa suka futi
awa kimbi tampeni futi na tutampireni
kashina rambo msungu sisi shishiwe kwa suka ngama ingire sungu after nalande chibembo
awa tikutampireni.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Wonderful. Zikomo. Ampumo and we're sampling Rimborenoku. I think Francis Baisad sometime last year.
Yes, I'm quite.
This gentleman, he's done this song. It's wonderful. Played it and I said, yeah, it is. It is. So, when did you record this one?
I recorded this song, I think, around, mid-June last year, mid-June 2018. Marishwa life in this journey called life. So to trigger certain things to be done, and so it was one of those moments where you were a little low, and then you begin to ask too many questions, and so that was the birth of this song. And I'm glad so that's how the song was composed, and I went straight into studio to record it.
I can tell from the feeling there that it is coming out of a genuine experience, or there are genuine questions.
Exactly. Because actually the title of this particular project is called The Experience. It's because it is a culmination of the things that I was going through, and so writing each and every song on this particular album was sort of a purge to calm down my feelings and frustrations and fears and all those things that you begin to go through, and when you're asking questions and you scribble certain things, you sort of feel better. So this song is one of those songs that just did it for me, But what is important, that it is even fulfilling, is that so many people have actually come to me and I've connected in some kind of way. And that is just supreme blessedness. Was just me you were speaking to. And for me, I think that's one thing about music. You just have that fulfillment when someone walks up to you and say, you see, and it's wonderful. It's proper supreme blessedness. So I'm really happy to have done the little bit that I could. Sure.
What is really interesting or special about the approach to the song is you are not pretending to give the answer.
Correct.
You stay where we usually are, because most of the times we are the ones asking questions and we don't know the answer.
That is actually very true. At this point, when I wrote this particular song, I didn't really want to pretend. I didn't want to, in the Christian setup. This is this is what I've observed. In Christian setup, we want to ask questions, and we feel like if I ask this particular question, so let me choose to say no. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. But then sometimes you hit the bottom, and you're like, okay, yeah, he is good, but can I just engage him a little more to say, you see, you're my father, you're my creator, you're my friend, look at me. Can you tell me something that I'm missing, Lord? I don't think it's wrong. Well, this is my personal opinion. I think it's a bad thing to say, Lord, I think I'm down. hearted. And honestly, I have no answers to this. Speak to me in the best way that you know I will answer you. I mean, I will get you and I will understand. So here I am. Take me as I am, and so speak to me the best way you know how. So there was no pretense in this particular one. Right?
So I can see that I don't know, I can see that ni number one mu experience
project
ni number one unangu tamura tefebo na
ni number one. No, it's done now. We the very last that we bite sample in, if time allows, will be the very last time we were mastering. So now we want to be able to release this music in this first quarter of 2019, at least by latest March or so. This should be in stores.
So was this the first song, or
it was the first song I wrote on this particular project. That's the reason why I've actually put it number one track, because it was the first song, and then the others came later. Of course, there are a few that I wrote some time back that I thought maybe can also conclude the whole chronicle, because it's like a story from the first track to there are 10 tracks on the album. So it's like a story. When you listen to it, you'll be like, oh, okay, oh, okay, oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So this song inspired the direction that you were going to take on this project.
Yes, it did.
All right. So you said there are 10 songs on this. I think we will try to do justice to as many as we can. So
sure.
Quickly, the second song was Lesani Kabumba. So after Kutina Papashan, you move into Lesani Kabumba.
Yeah, but Lesani Kabumba song was written some time back. It's just that when you ask too many questions and then you get these very vivid answers, that's one thing about God. He really understands and knows you very well, and so he expects you to he does speak to you in a very, very unique way and peculiar to you. And so after that, I remember this song. I wrote the song some time back. I think it was in 1996 when I'd gone to Kafue, and I was looking at so many things, and I realized the creation. I was just trying to bring out the fact that, no, look, I think I'm experiencing this, and it is tough for me right now, but there is a creator. And if this God really created me, he understands. He surely understands what I'm going through. And so I decided, I was trying to calm myself to say, look, Lesani Kabumba. So the fact that he created me, he would surely sort me out.
All right.
So that's where this came from.
So this music, you say you expect it to be out the first quarter,
the first year.
3 months of
yes,
2019. Do we know which month people should be excited, or
you
come and announce?
I think I'll probably be announcing we'll announce on our media platforms, the Framo Music platform, Francis Molobeka platform. We should be able to announce the actual date. But at the moment, we're just in the process of trying to find which one would be suitable, because there's something I think I should do. I need to have this music replicated in South Africa, because in Zambia we don't replicate, we normally duplicate. So all those small little logistics are the ones that are going to determine which particular date we are going to do this. And so there's going to be launching here on the Copper Belt. There's going to be some launch in Lusaka, of course, where I live. And then we'll be in Livingstone and a few other, provinces. So I can't give out the date right now, but it should definitely be in the first quarter of the year.
So now you mentioned Framo Music platform. Is that a Facebook page? Is that a website? Is that a WhatsApp group?
Yeah, well, it's on all media platforms. That's our stable. That's our music label that we're working with. So Framo Music platform. There's a website, framomusic.com, and then it's also on Facebook. We're also on Twitter, it's a record label, it's a music events company and whatnot, and so everything that we're trying to do we normally announce on that particular platform.
All right, so you're enjoying this music, you're enjoying this broadcast, and you want to follow the big man, the brother. Go to frommusic.com.
Yes, definitely.
And you'll be able to follow along. Now let's just sample this piece called Wandinies.
Thank you. Oh yeah, you put it very well. I mean, look, this is the honest truth. Our God is alive, and no matter what it is that you're going through at any particular point, I think it's just a wonderful feeling to realize that, you know, this God that I worship, Yesu yonasuminamo, mutu nturutafwa. I don't, like you've rightly put it, I don't know your God, whether they are dead, whether it's wood, whether it's money, you know, whatever it is that you think you believe in so much, whether miotoka, nangumayanda, but in your one ni Yesu, and He's alive. It's a wonderful feeling, man.
All right. And so you said you first recorded in June. It was in June.
It was June. Yeah.
And since then, you put together the other songs that became part of this project.
Yes.
So, Miyamige.
Yeah. This song, oh man, this song brings a lot of memories. You know, I first wrote this song in Zulu. In 2008, there was a camp meeting in South Africa, and so we were invited to go sing there. And so the title of that camp meeting, well, I'm Adventist. We have camp meetings for people that might not know. So there was a camp meeting, and then the theme was lift him up. Lift him up. So I was asked by the president of the Swaziland conference at the time to do a song. And so, well, I lived there, so I had to do it in Zulu. It was actually in Zulu and English. The chorus was in English. But when I came back here and I realized, oh yeah, we should actually praise God. It doesn't matter what we are going through. Remember, it's the experience. Whether we are down, under, low, in the valley, or up on the mountain, we should be able to praise Him because He's worthy. Because it's just God. And so I had to change and try and put it in a language from these wonderful people and friends of ours from the East.
The ones who make sure that the sun rises upon you.
They claim. Yeah.
Now, in these 10 songs, there are other songs that are arising out of experiences. My grandfather, there's one particular song that my grandfather wrote years back. He told me he wrote it. My grandfather, pardon Molobeka, I'm sure people from the Adventist circles might know the name. Wrote it in 1952. So when he had come from Solusi University and he was taken to Rusangu school to start teaching there. And so because development at the time, people claimed development at the time was just along the line of rail. So it was okay for him to be at Rusangu. So he was moved from Rusangu to go and start a mission and to go and be a part of the starting of the mission in Musofu, in Mukushi, which is off the radar. And so his wife, my grandmother, and some of the children were like, come on. Like, really? How would we want to go to Mukushi and leave this place that is kind of developed? So when they got there, they realized that it was actually much, much better. My grandfather loved farming, and so the land was fertile. He made good friends. He adopted some kids there, and so he wrote the song Ubachindike Vayawe in Lamba. It's a Lamba song, and so when I started thinking about all these things, that story hit me. And I said, okay, let me try and see if I can rearrange my grandfather's song and put it on the experience. So that one is also very, very close to my heart. Let's feel it.
Yeah, please.
Wemu
don't like it when I find myself speechless because I'm supposed to be doing the interview now. If I can't speak, how do we carry on?
Wow. I'm assuming that's a compliment, so I should say thank you.
Lovely piece. Lovely piece.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
And then you did something with is it piano and
yeah. Yeah.
Lovely. Now, you definitely have something on your heart as a musician in Zambia.
Yeah.
That you want to let out.
Yeah, definitely. Look, this morning when I was driving, I slept in Kitwe, so I was driving. Before I did, there's a good friend of ours in the gospel music industry, King. A lot of people know King's Malembe, and I had a little chat concerning the music industry. I think we're trying to see if we can now begin to synergize and put it onto another level, and I think it's a very, very important thing for gospel musicians. Our friends in the secular world, I think I've tried to do that, but my biggest appeal would be, look, this journey called life, and this is what the Experience project is really about. This journey called life has ups and downs, and I think we should realize that we will experience a death in the family. We should realize that there will be a promotion at work, or demotion, or retrenchment, or a child in the house will be sick. So all that is part of the journey called life, and what we experience is what sort of put together this journey called life. Always try and remember that God is still on the throne, and He is getting you through whatever it is that you're going through to learn one or two things. And so you should be able to remember that these are lessons learned for you to be a stronger person. And I always say this: experience is not what happens to a man, but what a man chooses to do with whatever it is that happens to them. And so that, I think, for me, is the bottom line. So or we will have bread today on the table, and tomorrow there will be absolutely nothing. It's called experience. What are you going to do about it? But remember, thank God in all seasons, and it shall be well.
Right.
Sure.
And for those in wait and people who might be thinking, do I buy or do I pirate? No, listen, thank you for bringing that up, by the way. Can we bring this culture of purchasing music? Let us buy the music. Let us not ask for it. I on my social media platforms, on YouTube, I get on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, I get, no, I'll send you my WhatsApp number, send me those songs. Come on, guys, let us begin to buy music now. Our friends in a lot of countries that have moved around too and have realized that the industry has grown is because people, the general populace, have just decided deliberately to say, look, we are going to buy music that will be produced by our people. And they buy. Whether it's Malawi, whether it's Kenya, South Africa, don't talk about it. Nigeria, those are the biggest in Africa. People buy music there. Why shouldn't we? It's not even that expensive. So there's a statement that rises every now and then.
Well, how then do we get money to get back into studio? Because going into studio to record a song is a lot of work, and we pay for it. And so if I'm in church and I stand on a Sabbath or on a Sunday in church to sing, I'm not going to sell that. People can come and listen to my music on a particular day in church. But for me to have released a CD, I will have spent money to do that. And so I just want that little appreciation. It's not stealing. I mean, it's like, thank you for putting this out for us. And so we are going to support your ministry, and we are going to support your work. Some of us might not live off it, but there are people that literally live off their music. What do you expect them to do? If they put the music out there and you don't buy it, what do you expect them to do? And so it's an appeal, please. Let's grow the industry together, and let's buy the music. I try to buy the music. I try to buy the music.
So you've heard it. It's your way of empowering the artist to get back in studio and give you more.
Exactly.
But if you share with each other, the artist will not be able to raise money for him to produce the next one. So you know. So
correct. That's a better appeal, man.
Alright, so that is Mr. Francis Molobeka, whose album The Experience will be coming out within these first 3 months. You'll be having this music in your homes.
Correct.
If you buy.
Yes.
Hopefully you will not ask that friend who would have bought them
to burn or to send on WhatsApp.
So now you mentioned as we end backing vocalists or people to play instruments. Let's just get some quick details on this. You did some collaborations?
On the backing vocals I worked with a lot of people. I worked with my young brother Kaiser. Some people might know my young brother Kaiser, Chisha, some people may know Chisha, Sandra. My producer was Sebastian. I worked with Uncle Sir Jones on the guitars, and Chavala. There were like 10 of. Well, I was the 11th. There were 10 people that I worked with, like 5 guys and 5 ladies, who did a tremendous job on this particular project. And I think I want to take this time and opportunity to just thank them. I love synergizing, and I love working with a lot of people. I could have worked with so many, it's just that probably time could not allow, and others.